Hi Pisces, welcome to your weekly forecast for August 29th through September 4th. This is for Pisces Sun, Moon, and Rising. You may stumble upon this video in a few weeks, a few months, a few years after the time frame I'm mentioning. That's just fine. You're going to see the video whenever you're meant to hear it, whenever it's time for you to hear the messages. Keep in mind this is a general reading for the collective. Not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. So without further ado, my dears and my darlings, let's connect and see what's coming up here for the Pisces collective. All right, we're going to move you all just a little bit closer and see what's coming up. First card coming up here is the Devil. Okay, so this can come up in a few different ways. This could be Capricorn energy. Some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn. If you have Capricorn placements, there could be big changes and big shifts happening for you in those houses or in those areas of your life. The Devil card can indicate, though, that sometimes we're kind of battling with ego. And please forgive the background noises. There's cicadas in the background. Maxie is chomping on a roasted pig ear very, very enthusiastically. So there's some background noise. Please forgive it. Please excuse it. But some of you might be dealing with like negative ego right now. And I always say this, negative ego is going to hit you when you're the closest to the breakthrough, when you're the closest to the change. Because negative ego hates change, even when the change is a good thing. And so when that change is close, negative ego starts to panic. Negative ego starts to really, really just rip into you. Because negative ego has no control over God or the universe. Negative ego can't keep God or the universe from giving you your blessing. What it can do is mess with you enough that you're so discouraged and so tired and so given up that you don't show up for the blessing because you don't think it's going to be there. But it's waiting for you. You just need to get up and walk through the door and get it. So the best way to combat that negative ego is just to try to be present. Sometimes we disassociate, sometimes we wander off, sometimes we disconnect from our mind and our body. Try to be present and be aware of your thoughts. And when you're like, oh, that's the negative ego really ripping into me right now, I must be really close to a massive change. I must be really close to a really big breakthrough. And just, work through it, reason through it, logic through it, pray through it, affirmation through it, ground yourself through it, and you'll overcome the negative ego. Some of you are like, Amethyst, I've been doing that, but I still feel like there's just this negativity I can't shake. Sometimes I've seen this happen when you have a really big goal, or when you have a really big purpose, or you're really working very hard to answer a calling, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to overcome this negative ego. I'm going to fake it till I make it. I don't have the confidence, but I feel moved to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to listen to that negative little voice in my head. And we overcome negative ego in that way. Sometimes those negative energies or negative forces are able to influence the people closest to us or the people around us to be very negative, or to be very hurtful, or to be very discouraging or very negative about what we're doing. Okay, I can tell you, it was the craziest thing when I felt guided to do tarot, and then eventually go on YouTube. And it's not something I had chosen for myself, but I kept getting pushed, like, this is what you have to do right now. And I lost a lot of friends. There's people that just were like, they were not okay with it. And some of it wasn't even over religion. Some of them were like friends I had who were atheists, or friends who I had were like super liberal and open-minded to a lot of different things, but they were like, no, like they were like, this is BS, this is like, they could not accept it. And it was like, well, I'm not going to talk to you anymore, I don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. And some of them said some very negative things to me in the process. So I can relate if you're dealing with a situation like that. Sometimes it's like we feel called to do something, and you know, there's this negativity, and so we don't have the support of our friends and our family. We're scared that we're going to lose friends or family if we go down this path. Then the negative ego is telling you you're not good enough, right? It's kind of like when God went to Moses and said, Moses, you have to go talk to Pharaoh, and you have to tell Pharaoh to let my people go. Moses was like, what? You're telling me to talk to Pharaoh? I can barely even talk. I have a speech impediment. I'm constantly stuttering. And you want me to go with my stuttering voice, my stuttering words, and tell Pharaoh what to do? Hello? Why are you asking me? Like, I'm not somebody who's going to go in there and be all articulate and be all fluent, you know? And God was like, look, I'm going to give you what you need. You're already enough. You speak well enough. And what I'm going to give you, you don't even have to worry about it, right? I'm going to give you this signs. I'm going to give you the spirit. I'm going to have you work miracles. I'm going to have you work signs. And so you might be struggling with that. Like, you know, you might think, well, who am I? You know, who am I? But you're going to see who you are. If you can push through the negative ego, pray for courage, pray for strength, and come out of this fear, you know, come out of this fear-based energy. The next card that's coming up here for Pisces is the Knave of Swords, okay? This could be a youthful or playful air sign person, or somebody that has air sign, sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Air signs are going to be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. And this could be a messenger of some sort. This could be someone coming to you with news. This could be also like you gathering information. And this can sometimes be like reconnaissance. I feel that this Knave of Swords is energy that a lot of you are going to be stepping into. Okay? And so I feel like you're very determined, and you want to get out of this rut. You want to get out of this, like, not knowing. You're like, even if I don't succeed at this, at least I'll know one way or another. That's how I was with YouTube. I kept getting pushed to do YouTube, and I was like, I don't know if anybody's gonna see these videos. And I was like, okay, but I keep getting pushed to do it, so it's just time to find out. It's time to find out why I keep getting pushed to do this. And so some of you may be having that feeling. The Knave of Swords or Page of Swords comes up with a very interesting message in my readings, in that, like, you might think you're really... Oh, listen. That chime came in. It's emphasizing what I'm about to say. Listen to this, Pisces. You might be thinking that, okay, I'm feeling guided to do these things, but I'm so far away from being able to make it happen, because I need this thing, because I need that thing. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. And the Knave of Swords says, all you have to do is do some research and go out and look and see what's available, and you'll be surprised at what's going to fall into place, right? So it might be like, well, I need office space. And you might say, oh, but you know what? There's no way it's going to happen. I don't know where I would find office space. I don't know where I would, like, afford office space. And yet you go online and you look and you search and you say, oh, well, that might work, or oh, that looks kind of interesting. But I don't know. I don't know if I can afford it, or I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to give it to me. I don't know if they're going to approve my credit, or like whatever it is. And you just make a phone call or send an email, and you make an appointment to go see the office space. Or if it's a car, go start test driving cars. If it's a housing situation, go look what's available in your area. Make appointments to see places. And you might just go looking thinking, well, they're not going to give it to me. Yet you will be very surprised what falls into place. I've had so many times in my life where I've seen miracles happen in that way. Somebody's like, you know what? I like you. I'm gonna work with you. I'm gonna help. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna make this happen for you. It's happened for me personally, firsthand, and it'll happen for you too. So sometimes the Page of Swords can come up in my readings to say, all you need to do is get out there and look. That's it, and things will fall into place. Take the steps and allow things to fall into place for you. So you may be feeling like you're stuck in this like situation because you don't have what you need, or you're thinking of all the things that you think have to happen or fall into place first. And the Page of Swords in this way comes in to say, believe in miracles. But just get out there and look, right? You do your part, the universe will do its part. The next card that's coming up here for you all, See? I'm not telling you something that isn't true. You have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is happy, positive experiences. It's a happy new home. It's creativity. It's emotionally fulfilling and rewarding situations and circumstances. It's fulfilling and satisfying work. It's absolute and complete contentment. It can even be true love, soulmate energy. It's great happiness. Ace of Cups is great happiness. So just take the step. Gather the information. Okay? Some of you maybe were offered help, and you're going to reach out and you're going to get information about that. Like, hey, remember you said you would help me? So what would that look like? How's that going to work? Is that still available? You know? But there could just be something coming in here that is very rewarding, very fulfilling, very satisfying, something that just makes your heart very happy. And the Ace of Cups is a special card for me. Some of you have heard me say this before, but over the years reading for people, one of the things that I've realized is Ace of Cups comes up when you're turning over a karmic leaf, right? It's like you have the same thing happen to you. No matter how many times you change jobs, it's the same shady, underpaid, crappy, toxic situation. No matter how many times you break up with and end toxic friendships or relationships and get into a new one, you have the same thing happening in the new friendships or relationships. It's just the same thing again and again. Ace of Cups comes up, it's like when you've had this awakening and you're like, you know what? I see what the common denominator was in those situations. I see what the red flags were, and I refuse to deal with that anymore. I'm sick and tired of being miserable. I'm sick and tired of being unhappy. Life is short. I'm not doing this anymore. I demand to be happy. I see those circumstances or red flags again. I'm going in the other direction. Universe says awesome, wonderful. Pisces is awake now. Pisces no longer needs these painful and uncomfortable situations to poke them to wake up. Now that Pisces is awake and alert, Pisces is ready to learn through love, support, adventure, creativity, laughter, support, whatever it might be. Now you're ready to learn in ways that are fun and feel good instead of learning through pain, instead of learning through the hard knocks. You're done with the hard knocks. Okay? So there's a sense here of happiness, of joy, and turning over that karmic leaf and learning your lessons in ways that feel good instead of ways that are painful. The next card coming up here for Pisces, is the Two of Cups, okay? So this is often seen as a love card. Those of you who watch my readings, you know I try to keep love and romance separate from the weekly forecasts, and I do the love readings separate on my channel, Love Readings for August and September, or linked in the description of the video if you want to check those out. But Two of Cups can definitely be love and romance, right? Some of you may be manifesting this new love or taking steps towards this new love. This could be a significant soulmate connection or relationship. And the thing that I love about the Two of Cups is, like, for me, the Two of Cups is two people who are givers. oftentimes when you're somebody who's a giver, you attract people who like to take. It's just the nature of how it is, right? Like we like to give, and somebody's like, you like to give? I love to receive. All right, let's do this. But then the problem is the taker keeps taking till you have nothing left to give. And once you have nothing left to give, the taker bounces. They're out the door. And so the Two of Cups is like, this is someone who knows what this is like. They've been through it too. This is a giver meets giver. Both people are saying, what can I do for my partner today? How can I make my partner happy today? And so these are the kinds of relationships that can go on forever because both people are invested and both people are considering like the other person, considering their partner's happiness and making their partner's happiness a priority. So some of you may be finding yourself in this kind of a relationship or meeting this kind of giver person or moving forward towards somebody in your life. That there could be a relationship here for some of you. I know some of you are like super anti-relationship, and so I will say this could just be harmonious friendships, harmonious partnerships. But with the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups, I think for a lot of you, this is about love life. You may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign videos. Sometimes those resonate more than your sun sign. Link in the description will take you to the playlist of the weekly forecast video, so it'll be easier for you to find the other placements. I hope you guys will come back tomorrow and check out the message of the day, the card of the day. But if not, come back again and check out next week's forecast. Private readings with me, linked in the description, calendly.com/amethystangelite. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead, my dears. Love you guys. Take care.